nothing necessarily needed. You just launch a quick campaign, and then you guys can have leads by the end of today if you set this up properly. Okay. So would that be of interest? Do you guys want me to go over how to set that up, like end to end? Okay. Sweet. So let's go over that. I'm going to share my screen here. Pull up a couple things. And you guys, there's a lot of ad platforms. For today, we'll just go over TikTok, for example, just because it's very easy to make a TikTok ad that performs really well. I'll show you guys how to do that. And also TikTok's very underserved because you have so many advertisers on Facebook, Google, and all these other places. This cost for those platforms is very high. That's why you want to go for the cheaper platforms such as TikTok, because those ones have the highest returns. And we'll go over that right now. I'm just logging into my backend system here. So, okay. All right. So can you guys see my screen? Let me know, raise your hand if you can see my screen here. Okay, cool. Perfect. All right, so I'm logging into the back end of my TikTok account. Okay, and remember, I don't have an actual TikTok account. So I don't have you know how you have Instagram accounts, Facebook accounts, like Twitter accounts. I don't have my own personal TikTok account. Okay. So I'm just coming in as an advertiser. So all you have to do, and this is simple, guys. Look, you just go on Google. So let's go to google.com. We'll go into the search and we'll say TikTok ads, right? You just type that in Google. It's going to pull up the page in which, hold on one second, my internet's a little choppy. I'll fix that right now. Perfect. You guys see the screen?
Yep.
What are you seeing? Just the TikTok page?
TikTok ad manager.
Okay, perfect. So in here, this is where you're going to be able to launch your ad. But before you're able to even, we'll talk about this in a second. And I know this looks decently complicated. It's not. This is just analytics. You could set up a campaign in 2 seconds, and I'll show you how to do that. But before we get there, we have to have the asset. We have to have the thing that we're actually like putting on the platform, you know, like the actual paid ad or the video or the image or whatever we're putting. So TikTok just so happens to be a video first platform. So there's no like images or static things. There's no things that are just still, right? Like images, right? There's only videos and motion and sound. People go on TikTok, they listen with sound and they watch videos, right? Quickly, like quick swipe videos, right? So what you need is a piece of content that you can put out there. Now, you can record a piece of content of yourself speaking about your offer, like saying like, hey, I can get you approved up to $1 million within the next 48 hours for your next mortgage or your next refi. All you got to do is click the link below or swipe up and I will see you on the other side. Okay. And then that link that they click on takes them through the funnel I'm about to show you. Right. But ultimately that can be a video of you, right? For TikTok. I like to do that approach because especially if you're able to, you know, say it with, you know, good sort of tonality, you're able to push it through. People will do well. Or you can do this approach, right? Where you just go on Canva. Who's heard of canva.com? Raise your hand if you've heard of canva.com. Okay, nice, good. Yeah, Canva's, you don't need to be a designer. You don't need to do anything. All you got to do is you see where it says you go into canva.com, you make an account. All you do is you go to video, you click on the video there. Going to show you here mobile video. There's all kinds of videos, Facebook videos, you know, YouTube videos, all kinds of different ratios. You need the mobile video when it comes to TikTok, right? You need that full vertical ratio. So you click on mobile video. It's now going to open the exact canvas. It's like a blank canvas. You just have to use one of these templates. So for example, like take a look at this one. If I was in real estate or even in mortgages, you could put something like this. They have a template here. I just loaded it in. I can say, need help choosing your next home? Say no, financing, sorry, mortgage financing $1 million for hours. You can reduce the size. You see anything is movable, changeable. Delete this, delete this, delete this. Now you have like a clean message, and then you say like sign up, right? Because that text is too large, you can reduce the size quickly. Now you have something that fits. Mortgage financing up to $1 million CAD in 24 hours. So now people are looking for fast qualification, right? You can also say like, you know, get paid to do a reverse mortgage, whatever your offer is, if it's mortgages or real estate or, you know, marketing, it doesn't really matter. This is what your video would look like. So if I press play, this is where you preview it. This is what it looks like, right? So it comes in mortgage financing up to $1 million CAD in 24 hours, sign up below, right? And then what you can do is go, I think they also have audio right here. So you can go audio, put on some nice audio. Let's put on this one. Let's hear what it sounds like. Okay. Much better. Okay. Raise your hand if you see a difference. Did you guys hear the audio? Raise your hand if you heard that audio. Okay, sweet, because that makes a difference. Now, I made this ad in like 7 seconds. Imagine if you actually put your thought into it and you spent like 10 minutes or 15 minutes putting your thought into this, right? Like you can even put a risk reversal offer and give them a guaranteed offer and say like mortgage approval in 72 hours guaranteed, right? So this is a risk reversal offer because it's guaranteed. There's no risk. So you can even go if you're the type of person that works with people that want to do like secondary financing and stuff like that, you can even be like mortgage approval in 72 hours guaranteed, even with bad credit or whatever, or low down payment or whatever, you know, it is. You can call out one of their pain points. It doesn't really matter. Like you could reduce the size of this text. Like it's almost endless what you can do. However you want to do it, like there's endless options, right? So you can focus on the video, make it bigger, and then now you have a completely new ad, right? So look, once you get that, you download it. So as simple as downloading it, MP4 video, click download. Then now you have the asset. Does that make sense? Now you have the thing that you're going to put on the other platform. You know, you can change it however you want. If your branding is blue, make it blue, right? Like it's almost endless as to what you can do and how quickly you can do it. You can also go on YouTube and learn how to use Canva. Canva is very easy, but it's so easy to just get an ad created. And look, if you have like videos of yourself, right? Like you can even put videos of yourself or pictures of yourself or things like that on here. And that way it's more personable, right? So like we've created ads all the time. You know, I could show you like ads that like, you know, would make sense, right? Like here's one. Let me show you one for one that we did for a real estate agent. Let's go here. Okay, so for example, this is simple. So this is a very simple ad as well. It says high ROI investment properties under 400K located in Ontario. Shelly Bada, sign up below. And then what we did is we put a money transition. So you just go like this, you type in money in here, or sorry, in elements, you go to elements, and you type in money, and then you will literally find the one with money falling. It's somewhere in here, but there it is, right? So you just click that, you can increase the size of it, reduce the size of it, you know? It's just like a money falling. It's very easy to create this, right? But you see how nice the ad will come out. It comes up very nice when you see that on TikTok. Throw some nice audio. You click on audio, throw the same audio on it, and that's it. And I'll show you, once you have the asset, it's very simple to have this asset and then go ahead and bring it to market on TikTok within like an hour to 2 hours to 3 hours. It'll only take a few seconds of your time, not too much. You can get your campaign live by the end of today and have hundreds of leads coming in like on a regular basis. Sure, you're going to put your credit card on file and it's going to start billing you for the ad spend on TikTok, but it's going to be worth it because you're going to have people seeing your creative, seeing your message and wanting to become, you know, a lead of yours, right? So let's just say that we have the, so for here, for example, my ads, they ran out of spend. So now I need to fund my account because I usually fund my account once a week or once every other week. So it says account balance, $0. That's why they stopped running, you see? So I can go to payment in here. And guys, it's very easy to set up your TikTok ads account. You would just go here and type in TikTok ads, right? Or TikTok ad account. But yeah, you Google that, and that should take you to a position where you're able to see all the information about how to set up a TikTok ad account. You don't need your own TikTok account. You don't need any of that. You just need to go and search it up. Anyways, I'm going to add balance. Let's put $1,000. You want to load about $1,000, $500. That would be kind of the sweet spot, in my opinion, because you're giving your campaign enough runway. It's not going to spend it all in one go. It's going to spend it like $20 a day for 30 days, right? Or if, you know, if you're, for me, I'm doing faster, I'm doing like $50 to $100 a day, but you'll get there, like, you know, as you're able to scale your campaign. But once you fund your account, whether it's $500, $300, you can start it with $200, start with $1,000, get your feet wet. If you look here, like in the last 30 days, these campaigns are driving tons of leads, right? So, you know, about almost about 160 leads or so came in, spending about 1,000, like about a 400, about $2,000. Spent about $2,000 CAD in the last 30 days, generated about 160 leads, right? So 2,000, let's say, divided by 160, I am spending about $12 or so per lead. I'm running different campaigns. Some campaigns are more profitable than others. And have a reduced cost per lead. Like this one has $10 a lead. This one has $6 a lead. This one has, and this is actually a mortgage campaign. I can show you guys who here is a mortgage agent. Raise your hand if you're a mortgage agent. Who here is a mortgage agent? Okay. Nice. Okay, perfect. So I can show you guys, I'm actually running a couple mortgage ads as well, but bottom line is this: you'd have your ad campaign. You'd come in here. Once you have the creative, you just need to come here to the campaign section. Once you're in the campaign section, you're going to be able to actually create a campaign. And how that works is you just go over there, you click on create. There's a create button. Okay. After you add your payment method and all those things, you just click on create. It's going to pop up a nice wizard, like a creation wizard. You already have that creative that you've made. So all you need to do now is go here and click on, it's going to say advertising objective. What's the objective, right? The objective is to get leads. So lead generation. You guys want me to zoom in? Can you see my screen okay? Okay, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Okay. All right. So anyway, so the advertising objective is going to be lead gen. That's what you're going to select. Okay. After that, title your campaign, just call it, like, for example, Nemo, right? We'll just say Nemo, you know, lead gen test campaign, right? And this will be for you to just test for yourself, right? You then go to continue. Now that you have your objective and the name, you're going to go continue. You don't need to change this too much. I usually change the name of the ad group because you're going to have a campaign, an ad group, and then an ad. Okay. So campaign is the overall objective. Ad group is that specific target. What are we targeting, right? And then the ad is the creative. That's what we just created in Canva. Okay, so we'll go over that in a minute. So you want to go here where you want to disable video downloads. I don't like anyone downloading my videos, right? I allow people to comment on my ads because it helps my ads do better. But you're going to scroll down here, and this is where you can target, you know, by Canada, the United States. You can target Ontario. Let's just say you're only serving Ontario for your mortgage business, right? You would disable Canada, you would enable Ontario, and that's it. Now you're only targeting Ontario. Let's just say you work better with males, you can target males. Let's just say you work better with females, target females. If you have no preference, put all. Age for a mortgage, I don't think 18 to 24 people are going to be qualified for a mortgage too well. So I'm going to disable that age group. You see that? And I'm only going to go 25 to 55 plus. Okay. So just the older people on TikTok. And then here's where it gets very interesting. Here's how you can actually penetrate and get your leads. Okay. Here's how it's going to work. It says interests and behaviors, right? So over here, you want to click add interests, right? And now this is where you're targeting people by their interest. So Nemo, let me ask you something. I'm going to ask you a question. You can just say it right out loud. Like, who do you think, like the target mortgage, like let's just say you're selling like a refi or like a new mortgage, for example. Who do you think is an ideal person to target in terms of like who they are as a person? What are they interested in?
What are they interested in?
Mm-hmm.
Well, ideal person would be, I don't know, let's just say a salaried employee, property owner, who's looking to refinance, I don't know, for debt consolidation. So in terms of what their interests are, I'm not sure. It could
Well,
be,
here's another question. When you serve mortgage agents, or sorry, mortgage clients,
yeah.
Are you primarily using like delivering like secondary mortgages with like higher rates, or more like primary clients?
So we do both.
Okay.
But just for the sake of this example, let's just say it's private.
Okay, so let's just say we're looking for secondary financing here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough, right? And you know what? We can make another campaign later for primary financing. There's a whole different strategy. And you know what? I'll show you the strategy here. If we're targeting someone for primary financing, you're going to want to get someone who's clean cut, right? Would you agree?
Yes.
Okay, so clean cut would mean someone interested in like investing, right? Who's an investor, maybe investment planning, right? Invest in stocks, right? These are interests, stock investing, real estate investing, right? Tracking their investments as an interest, right? So you see how these little interests here, these cloud bubbles, these are going to get me to a position where I'm targeting more of a primary style person. Would you agree?
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay. Now, let's just say we weren't going after primary and we were going after secondary. You might even want to say something, okay, like I want someone who's interested in credit repair or something along those lines of something to do with credits. So you could even say like someone interested in college credit, someone interested in credit itself, credit monitoring, someone who has interest in credit monitoring is someone who's looking at their credit score at all times because they're either applying for credit, they need credit in the future, they're looking for potential credit, right? So, you can play around with it, but ultimately, you have to basically reverse engineer who you're looking for, right? So someone in the secondary market likely is going to have an interest in credit repair and things like that, right? Or potentially like housing. You can even try like a real estate ad set with someone who's just interested in houses. So for example, if they're interested here, if you type in house, there's a lot of different ones here. So house is one, right? People who are interested in open houses as well. That's good. People who own a house, and people who house payment. This is one you want to do as well. And that should be good. And that should be good, right? And so look, you can test and like see ad groups. You can have one campaign. You can have 5 ad groups, right? And each ad group can have its own set of targeting. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay. I have a question though. In terms of audience, how wide or narrow should it be?
So I like to say like this is good, right? You want to be kind of in like the narrow-ish, especially because you're not spending thousands of dollars, right? Like you're going to be dripping $20 a day. That's like, I know TikTok is saying it's narrow, but when you're dripping small amounts of money, you actually prefer to have more targeted, narrow audiences, right? If we were doing, let's just say like an audience size that, let's just say you were selling something, Nemo, that, could be sold in the US as well, right? Like now the audience size is so large because it's not even just a geo-based thing. The reason why this is narrow is not because of the interests, it's because of Ontario, right? We're like forcing people who have these interests, but in Ontario only. Does that make sense? So that's why that's narrow. But let's just say you were selling something that you can do Canada, right? You can just do all across Canada. So that audience size just jumped up a lot more, right? Like it was a lot more. And then if you expand it even more to the United States, the audience size jumped up even more, right? Now it's jumping up even more, but it's still showing narrow. So I wouldn't rely on any of those like indicators. I would just say, look, target what you want to target. If you can only work in Ontario, just put Ontario and that's it. And like just focus on laser targeting. You're spending a small amount, so it should. And look, you can always refresh the audiences. But the idea is that I'm just trying to show you how you can get a quick campaign out like today, you know? Like there's more advanced ways we can do this. There's like way more advanced stuff that I'm skipping right now, such as like pixels, such as retargeting, such as like campaign budget optimization. Like there's a lot of stuff we can go through right now, but I'm not going to touch on any of that. My goal with this session is to just show you how I made an ad in 7 seconds. After I make an ad in 7 seconds, that's decent. You can make 4 to 5 ads actually if you want. After you make those ads, you then can come over here, create your ad account, and within 5 to 10 minutes, have a lead generation campaign up and running, generating you leads every single day. Okay, that's my goal with the session. So let's just say these were the ones we were going to target, right? Over here, you want to make sure targeting expansion that's off right now. Enable, you want to turn it off because you don't want that gives TikTok the reins, right? That gives them the ability to increase your targeting for you, which you don't want because you're targeting laser at these people who have these interests, right? So daily budget, I would say 20 bucks, put 20 bucks for this ad set. Okay, it runs all day. The optimization goal is leads, and you want lowest cost because you're trying to maximize your volume. You're trying to maximize the amount of leads that come in. So you're gonna click bid strategy. You're gonna put lowest cost. Okay. I have this recorded too, guys, so I'm going to upload this later into the online instance in Teachable, so you guys will be able to see it. But anyway, so you click next. This is your ad set. So you just did your ad set. Ad set's done. Now you need to move on to the ad. Remember what we did with Canva, right? So we're now doing that again here. We're just going to upload it. So here's where it says set a custom identity. So you can create any custom identity you want. So like you go create custom identity, type in like this, Mul, and then you can put your last name, or you could say Mul, the mortgage, specialist, whatever you want, right? You can even add spaces, whatever, right? Add like a little display picture there. This is what I mean by you don't need a TikTok account. And if you did have a TikTok account, you just toggle this where it says use TikTok account to deliver ads. You would just turn that on, and then it would ask you to sign in on your TikTok account. But you don't actually need one. You can create a custom identity. That's what I was telling you before. And that's what that would look like. It wouldn't be an account on TikTok. It would just be an ad that's being run through the custom identity. Once you're here, you just need to go to upload. So click on upload, upload your video. So here's the video we just created. It's ready to upload. Boom. Now that is uploaded, your creative's there. So it's going to load. This is how it's going to look. Let's press play on it. Mortgage approval in 72 hours, guaranteed. So I pause that there because what you can see is that the text is getting cut off. So I'd actually implore you to put the text in your ad when you create it in Canva. You actually put it at the top, put the text at the top. So don't follow what I did before and I put the text at the bottom. You're going to want to put that at the top, similar to this ad here. And then anyway, so let's just say your creative's great and the text is at the top, message is loud and clear, audio's on it, all sounds great. You just come here and you say, look, in the text part, you say guaranteed mortgage approval. Okay, now there's no risk, right? So a lot more people are going to opt in because you put here guaranteed mortgage approval, right? Where it says call to action, you're not going to click dynamic, you're going to click standard, and then you're going to change it to sign up. That way people just click the button here, sign up, boom, takes them right there. Then you're going to need a lead form. So you just click create. It's going to ask you to create a lead form. Very simple. Lead form is where you're capturing the lead. So a classic form is what you want. That's all you need. It's just going to look like this, simple form. It collects the name, the email, and the phone number for you. Okay. So you create your form just like this. Form is in English. You want more volume. You can add a logo to your form. It will go like that. You can add a display name. If for example, Nemo Mortgages presents. Right? Nemo Mortgages presents. Headline: How to qualify in 72 hours or less with even with bruised credit. Sign up below, right? Because they still haven't signed up. Now you see how that's in there. All that text is in there. It looks great. Add a logo to it. Let's just say that we're going to put this logo here. So see, now I have a logo. I put my logo, right? But you'd have your own logo or your brokerage logo, whatever it is. And you'd make your lead form look nice. Ultimately, that's the goal. And then you can add questions, right? So like, what questions do you want? You can add contact information. You can add phone number, right? So phone number, name, and email, right? That's your form. It's going to ask those 3 questions. That's all you need. You click complete. That's it. Your lead form's done. Okay. So once your lead form is done, you now have the ads here. It's going to show them the ad. Once they click on sign up, it's then going to populate this lead form. So you're going to fill these details, and that's it. Okay. So you click submit on the bottom. Now your ad is live, and now leads are going to start rolling in. Okay. But you can't just have this running and not pay attention to what's happening after, right? Like when I generate the lead, what am I doing after that? Am I calling them right away? Are they going into my database, into my CRM? I have to make sure these leads automatically are going into my database. That way I don't have to check TikTok all the time. I don't have to check all these ad platforms all the time. I just go into my CRM. I see how many leads are coming in every single day. I call my leads. That's it. Simple as that, right? So that's how this works. So now that you've set up your campaign, you click submit. That's it. Your campaign's live, right? It's going to look like this. Your campaign is going to look like this. It's going to be in a list, just like this. And it's going to say active. When it's active, it's going to start spending, right? So 8 leads, 50 leads, 88 leads on this one, 53 leads on this one, right? Some have better cost per lead, some have worse cost per leads, but you just got to run and just spend money to generate leads. People are interested in what you have to offer. People want mortgages. People want marketing. People want all these amazing things. You just have to be able to run the ads, and you can do it simply. So like I showed you basically so far, what I've showed you is how to create the ad. Okay. Then I showed you how to actually deploy the ad simply. We're not talking about advanced campaigns. I have a lot more advanced campaigns we can talk about. The simple campaigns we're talking about, how to launch them quickly. And then now what we need to talk about is after you launch it and the leads are coming in, what are we doing next, right? What's happening next, right? So let me show you what I like to set up. And I want you guys to go type in on Google Zapier. Okay, you see guys, write this down. Very important. Like, don't sleep on this. This is very important. Zapier. Write that down. Zapier. Okay, you need to have a Zapier account. It is going to change your life. It's going to change your business. It's going to change everything. Zapier lets you quickly and easily automate things. Okay, so if I'm here, I'm going to log into Zapier, right? This is Zapier platform. Very awesome platform. I'm going to sign in. Okay, now that I'm in, I have these zaps. So zaps stand for automations, right? And so here's what I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you exactly what happens next, right? Because we're talking about what happens next when we generate the lead, what's happening next, right? Here's what's happening next, okay? Very simple. None of this stuff is hard. It's very easy to do. And Zapier, like, you pay them $20 a month, you get your first, you can get as many zaps as you want. Like, it's very cheap. I'm paying them lots of money because my whole business runs on Zapier. But see here, this is what you call a trigger. So this is what you call an automation tree, right? There's going to be the first thing on the tree is the trigger, and the next things on the tree are the actions. So once this trigger happens, what happens next? Automation, right? This system is going to detect for the trigger. So in this case, the trigger is what? What's the trigger, Nemo?
The trigger is the lead itself.
Right.
Once someone fills up the form.
Exactly. New lead in TikTok, right? And what we just said was there was a lead form. Exactly. When someone fills that lead form, look, you go here, it says choose app and event. You can choose any app you want. What CRM are you using, Nemo?
I'm currently using Pipedrive.
Amazing, amazing. Pipedrive is an amazing beginner CRM. I highly recommend Pipedrive. They have a great app. It's on the go as well. Good choice. Now, look, if I wanted to send this lead into Pipedrive, look, Pipedrive is actually an app that I can just connect simply. And we'll do that in a minute. But for now, the app I want is the TikTok one, right? See that? TikTok lead gen, okay? You're gonna click on TikTok lead generation as the app, okay? Then it's gonna say trigger event. What is the trigger? What do we wanna detect inside the TikTok situation? Like, what do we wanna detect? The only trigger they offer is new lead. Some apps offer multiple triggers, like new contact, new lead, new pipeline, new opportunity, new blah, 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 right? And it detects for all those triggers, right? But with TikTok lead gen, the only one is new lead came in, right? So you click continue, you sign in. This is going to ask you to sign in. That's all it is. Connect new account. You sign in on your TikTok account, your TikTok ads account. Very simple. Then you click continue. Over here, it's going to ask you to choose what lead form. You remember, Nemo, the lead form, right? It's going to ask you what lead form do you want to choose. So now you're able to route the leads, because you could have a lead form about refis, right? You could have a lead form about new mortgages, right? You could have a lead form about, consolidations. You could have a lead form about, reverse chip mortgages or whatever, right? So, and then based on who fill those lead forms, you're routing those leads using these automations. You see what I mean? And you just create a separate automation for each lead form. Does that make sense? And now you have all those things sending the correct information to your CRM, so that you can just reach out, hit the lead up in 2 seconds, and that's it. They're moving forward because of how quick the process is and how awesome it is. Okay. So anyways, you pick your lead form. Okay. Once you have your lead form, you then need to click on a new step. So I finished that step. You can do a test. It's only going to work. It's only going to pull in a lead if your ads has already generated one lead. Okay. So you can't actually set this up until the ads have generated one lead, because then what you do is you test. So you go load more. It says test trigger, load more. Here, I just pulled in a lead. Great. You click continue. So now there was a lead in that lead form. Boom, I can continue. Now, Nemo, are you using anything for email marketing?
Not at the moment.
Okay. I would suggest that you take a look at this one, Active Campaign. This is the one I'm using. Okay. It's very powerful, very easy to use. It's user-friendly. Like, it's OG as well. It's been around for the longest time. Definitely recommend you use Active Campaign. Okay. So anyways, Active Campaign is the one I'm using. So again, you see here where it says the plus, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're adding steps when you click plus. That's what you're doing. So I would add this step. The next step is, now that I generated the lead and I pulled the lead into this automation, what do I want to do now that the lead's pulled in, right? Where do I want to send it, right?
Yeah.
So here's the first place I want to send it, to my email marketing tool, right? So now the lead that came in is now going to get dripped with my email marketing that I pre-wrote for myself. You see what I mean? So let's go here. So you choose Active Campaign. The action event you're doing here is creating the contact. You're creating a contact in your email marketing tool. And I'll show you what that looks like. I don't want to get too deep into this, and this is a lot of it. You'll see in the curriculum, you'll see, I walk you through how to set this exact thing up. Okay.
Okay. Active Campaign is also a CRM.
Yeah. I also have this, look at this. You guys are going to love this. So you know how I said I built a nurture sequence with my emails? So take a look at this. I'm going to show you my nurture sequence real quick, and then I'm going to give you a very, very powerful treat. All right. All right, Nemo?
Yeah.
You're gonna get a very, very big benefit right now. Whoever's a mortgage agent on this call is gonna get blessed right now. So anyway, so this is what active campaign looks like, Nemo. It's easy, right? You have I'll show you how to set this up, but basically you have your email that comes in, right? You wait a day, right? Send another email, right? Wait a day, send another email, and you have to pre-write these emails. And it's the same thing, plus, right? You click the plus, new plus, send an email, and then you can start creating a new email. You see what I mean? So it's very simple. Now here, I work with a lot of people in the mortgage space. So I've created a fresh mortgage email sequence, just like the one I have here, that you can plug in for yourself, right? You literally just copy and paste the emails. Like I have 26 emails in here. You copy and paste the emails and you plug them into this active campaign thing. And you create your email sequence, right? Because let me ask you this, Nemo, if you became a lead, right? If you became a lead in my ad, what do I want to do with you next?
You'd want to set up an appointment, I guess. Call me.
You got it. Set up an appointment. I love that. Okay, so pause there. Set up an appointment. They're not an appointment yet, right? They just filled name, number, and email. Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why we have this hitting them right away, because each email is going to be like, hey, man, we're awesome. Please book a call. You see what I mean? Hey, man, take a look at this case study. We've done this for this client. Please book a call. Hey, man, look how I helped this person with her mortgage in 24 hours. Like these are all like, look how these are written. Like, it's like, look, subject, what we learned from 461 mortgages closed. Imagine you got that as a subject line after signing up for like a mortgage company, right? It says, hey, John, every day I talk to home buyers who feel overwhelmed. They don't know what to focus on. Mortgages aren't exactly straightforward. 99% of the time, that's not the root cause is the same. They don't have the right help or connections. A good mortgage strategy brings clarity, blah, blah, blah. Let's do this together. Book a call. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it's a pretty lengthy email that has like your link in it, a link to potentially one of your testimonials. And there's like 26 of them, 26 emails. So what I'll do is I'll give you this and it's in the chat. Save that, okay? Because when you go create your active campaign account, you don't even have to write your emails now. I wrote them for you. You just have to plug your name in there and like basically plug a few other things in there to make it more personalized, but you'll have majority of like high quality copy, right? That's going to actually like help you book appointments, right? Because you just said yourself, after they become a lead, they need to book an appointment, right?
Yeah. Thank you, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So after they become a lead, they need to book an appointment. Like Nemo, of course, are you going to call the lead right away, right when it comes in? You will still. You'll still call it right off the ad, right? You'll still call him, right? As he comes into your system. But it's not about just calling him right when he comes into the system. It's like, what else am I relying on to make sure he ends up on my calendar? You know what I mean? Yeah, like I'm going to call him. Don't get me wrong. We're going to call him. But like, I want some other shit, some other mechanisms to rely on that are going to help me do the same objective of booking him. Because what if I call him and he doesn't answer? Then what?
Yeah.
Right. Then I have to call him the next day and the next day. And then we're trying to, play catch, right? Or tag or whatever. Right. But if I have a sequence that's going to send 26 emails one day apart, that's going to cover me for the next like 60 days or so. Right. In terms of 60 days, every other day, this guy for 60 days is going to hear about me, hear about what I do, hear about testimonials, hear about my mortgage business, what I like, how I can help him, etc. He's going to look at me as the public sort of figure when it comes to mortgages. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's why when we do this, after we create the lead, we need to put it into the email system. Okay. So you're going to create the contact. And then you're going to essentially enroll it. You see, you add the emails, you pull it. So it's going to say email address. How do we add the email address, right? You add it from the previous step, which was the TikTok, right? So you grab the variables. You see these variables? You grab the variables from the previous step. Does that make sense to you, Nemo?
Yeah.
Okay. And all you do is click on it. So you just click on it and it's going to pull in that field. So for email address, you obviously want the email, right? You're not going to put in the name or the phone number variable for this field, right? But for the next field, first name, you're going to put the first name field. Does that make sense? Last name, you connect it to the TikTok last name field, right? So that way, anything that happens in TikTok it's pulling the same exact information into the exact fields for ActiveCampaign, which is the tool that you're going to use to automate your follow-ups so that you can book meetings. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, once you do that, then what do? You said you work with Pipedrive, right?
Yes.
So you're going to need that in your CRM. You're going to need this lead in your CRM so you can call them immediately, right? So that's why you're going to add the next step, which is creating the lead in your CRM. So I would go here, plus, I would type in Pipedrive, right? And now you have that step in here where you can choose the action. You can create a deal. I wouldn't create a deal yet. I would just create a contact, create person, right? So you create a person, or I don't know if they have lead or,
no, I would create a person, create a contact.
Yeah, so I'd create a contact. And then when you create that contact, it's now going to be in your lead list. Make sure you categorize it properly. So like, look, let's go create person, continue. You have to sign in. Unfortunately, I don't have Pipedrive, so I'm not going to sign in. But you get the gist, right? You just map the fields so that every field you want is pulling into Pipedrive exactly how it should. So all the details are accurate. Once you have it in your CRM, I like to leave a note in my CRM, right? That way I know how this lead even came in. So I leave a note that says that this is a, look, I leave a, or sorry, this is actually not a note. You can leave a note for yourself to say, okay, this is a TikTok lead that came in. You leave a note, but you can also send an SMS. This Pipedrive supports this too, automatic SMS. You can send, I'm pretty sure we're using Pipedrive, you can send an automatic SMS. And if not, you just get a Twilio account. I don't want to confuse you too much, but very simple.
So Pipedrive, I don't think you can do that, but I get the idea.
Okay, either way, write this down, Twilio. Okay, so like, look, your Pipedrive can't set it up, but Twilio can. So all you need to do is get a Twilio account, and then you'd send the same text, because the text is really important, actually, sending the text. Because imagine you became a lead off the ad, Nemo, and then you got a text right away being like, hey, man, thanks for signing up on my ad. Please schedule a call with me here.
Okay, I hear you.
You'd probably schedule that call because it wasn't just the email nurturing that came in from here, right? It was also they got a text from you automatically saying, like, look what this text says. It says, hi, Nemo. This is Avi Grondin from Variance Marketing. Thanks for signing up on TikTok. Just a quick reminder, I'll be the one explaining to you how our deal flow strategy works. Please schedule a call with me here. Boom. And then I put the link, you see? And so
there's another one that I use called the easy, what's it called again? Hold on.
Simple texting.
Easy text.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. There's a few of them, right? Like, look, just compare the rates because each text is going to cost you like, I think 10 cents or like 8 cents or like 6 cents. So just shop around. Twilio for me has been the cheapest one. I've been using Twilio for all of my automatic texting. But there's easier tools to use. Like there's another one called simple texting. That one might be easier for you to set up because it's just a little bit simpler of a tool. Twilio is a little bit more advanced. But anyways, you send the text is the point, right? So now that they're in the email sequence, right? You need to send the text now. So you're going to automate a text message. After you send the text, you can even notify yourself. You can send a text to yourself now saying new lead from TikTok, right? Because I like to get notifications, right? You know why? Because like I send myself a Slack message. That's my notification, right? The reason why I like notifications is because it makes it so that I don't have to check on it, you know? Like the only time I check on my ads or my zaps or anything that's like to see if it's broken is when the notifications stop. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Like you see how I knew to fund my account, my TikTok account, I knew I had to fund it, right? With ad spend. How did I know that? Well, my notifications stopped. I wasn't generating any more leads. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why it doesn't matter how you set up your notifications. You can send a text to yourself. You can send a Slack message to yourself. You can send a WhatsApp message to yourself. You can send anything you want to yourself. Facebook Messenger. It doesn't matter how you do it, but you can do it using Zapier. You see what I mean? And once you do it and you notify yourself, all you do, you see up here, it says off, you just turn it on. That's it. It's going to load for a bit, and then you see how it says on. You see that in the corner there, on?
Yeah.
Okay, that's it. So now what did we learn today? We learned how to set up the creative, okay? How to create the ad quickly, okay? Then how to launch it using a lead gen campaign objective very quickly as well. Targeting's all there. You have to reverse engineer the interest. We went over that.
Yeah.
After you do that, then you create a zap so that the lead has a way higher chance of scheduling in your calendar. Does that make sense? Because it's either you're going to call them right away and schedule them in for a discovery call right away. Within the first 10 minutes, you're just going to call them. Boom. Hey, how's it going? My name's Nemo. Nice to meet you. I saw you sign up on my TikTok advertisements. I'm looking forward to talking about how we can help you, get your mortgage approval in the next 72 hours. I'm going to forward you a mortgage application. Please fill it out and then let me know when that's done. I'll have it to the lenders, within the hour. Right? You say it like that. They're like, whoa, that sounds good, right? And then they fill it. You send it to them. Now they're in a deal. Now you create a deal. They're moving down your pipeline. Boom, you get them funded, right? So, like, imagine. So we're talking about you calling, right? So you have to call right away. But if they don't answer, Nemo, guess what? Mm-hmm. If they don't answer, guess what? We have our back end system that is going to crush it for us, right? Like, this back-end system is going to literally crush it for us. It's going to follow up with that lead until they book with us. It's gonna create it in the CRM, right? So you're gonna be able to follow up with it easily until it becomes the next stage. You see what I mean? So yeah, that's all you need, right? So I mean, for me, I gave you the copy. It would take you about an hour to set up the sequence in ActiveCampaign. It will take you about 30 minutes to set up the zap. It will take you about 15 minutes to create your ad. And then it will take you about 20 minutes to launch the actual ad on TikTok.
Yeah.
Okay. So by the end of today, you could actually have, if you spend 2 hours today, you could actually have a lead gen campaign running super smooth, helping your mortgage business scale, easy, lemon squeezy, man.
Got it.
Any questions?
So now you said that you're gonna go over all of this more in detail through the program, right?
Yes.
And pardon me. What was I gonna say? Okay, cool. So that means you're also gonna break down like the more complex stuff.
Everything. Yep. And you know what? We meet every single Thursday. We're gonna meet Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We meet. That's why I started it off by saying, is there any questions, right? Because I want you guys diving in on the curriculum, like word for word, step by step, building the systems that are easy and complex. And because, for example, the curriculum has 15 lead generation strategies, right? I just went over one with you, Nemo. Only one.
Yeah.
Imagine you set up another 14 for yourself. You're going to need to get your brokerage license. You're not going to be able to handle it. You're going to need to hire agents. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and that's what I want to get towards. We're all about scaling. That, like, I'm the guy that you can bring. Like, we work with 400 plus clients. Like, we do so many marketing campaigns. Like, if you have any questions about sales process, about marketing, about sales, about converting leads into customers, about anything to do with that entire bubble ecosystem of the world, that's what we do. That's what we specialize in. So, and we just went over a quick method. That was a quick, easy strategy. I have very complex strategies in that curriculum. Okay. So you're going to want to take a look. I would first look, basically set up everything we discussed today. So Zapier, ActiveCampaign, and TikTok ad account. Okay. Those 3 things, get your CRM in there. You have Pipedrive. Those are 4, right? That's it. Set those things up. Let's get the lead gen campaign live. And then in the curriculum, you'll have the more advanced step-by-step walkthrough if you want to do the more advanced strategy. Okay.
Okay, got it. And for the curriculum itself, I guess I'm going to get the breakdown tomorrow, but yep. I'm assuming that there's a specific order to follow.
Yep. It's all in the exact order that you should be consuming it in, step by step. And here's what I'll tell you. I wouldn't recommend doing everything out of order. Like, stick to the order that it's in, because I've made it a sequential thing. It's not like a buffet where you pick and choose whatever you want. It's like, you got to do the stuff in the initial part to get to those 15 lead generation strategies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because unless you set up your funnel and your sales process integrated with your CRM and your VSL and all these amazing things, it's like you're not going to have the best situation with the lead gen. I want to maximize the lead gen, right? So that your marketing dollars, they go way more efficiently, and they go long, they're much longer, right? So, you know, they make a larger impact to your bottom line, and you save money if you build the system first. But people have rushed straight to the lead gen. They've gotten great results, right? But I'm a fan of, squeezing efficiency out of every dollar in your marketing. And that's why I like to set up the system first and then go to market. Okay.
All right, cool.
All right, guys. Well, I hope that was valuable. That's it for today. So any other questions, just, send them via support. But yeah, we're going to definitely go over lots of awesome